From forcing girlfriends to have sex with escorts to forcing himself upon male rap prodigies, Diddy seems more disturbed than he lets on.
The raids also triggered intense emotion from this woman. Natanya Rubin tells News Nation that it was Diddy who shot her in the face during an infamous nightclub shooting back in 1999.
I was shot in my face.
Diddy was with then-girlfriend Jennifer Lopez when he got into an argument with another man.
I looked straight forward ahead and I watched the muzzle flash from both of their guns and I felt the impact to my face instant.
From members of the royal family to some of the most infamous Grammy award-winning musical artists like Drake and Jay-Z, you're going to be shocked when you hear some of the names that are associated with Diddy's nastiness.
They're gonna probably be arresting me just because we want to have a good time.
Multiple safes broken into, drawers ripped open, closets ransacked, boxes of gun ammo, and Grammy Awards. New images from TMZ show inside Diddy's ransacked Beverly Hills mansion during the coast-to-coast raids where no arrests were made.
People in the home are traditionally detained during raids, so they don't flee and so they don't destroy evidence.
The rapper's attorney calls it a witch hunt with an excessive show of force and hostility that led to a premature rush to judgment, adding Diddy will continue to fight every single day to clear his name.
It's the breaking news that has shocked much of the world. Just last week, the Miami home of the music mogul and popular rapper Diddy, whose real name is Sean Combs, was raided by law enforcement. This was a result of Diddy being at the center of some pretty alarming and horrific allegations. So what did they find and what exactly were they looking for? Let's break it down.
If you look to your right, you can see this is where the Homeland Security investigations are set up with their command posts. We've seen not only HSI police, we've also seen an FBI agent and numerous other officers going in and out of the house that is behind it. You can see the beige complex there. That home, we understand, according to property records, owned by Sean Combs, or Diddy as he is known.
Diddy's wealth is on a whole different level than many other people in the industry. In fact, he's estimated to be worth over $1 billion. Aside from his Miami mansion, he also boasts properties in both LA and New York. On the day that the bust took place, helicopters were hovering above those homes, and agents were lining the streets in a movie-style raid. But what were they looking for? It all starts with an investigation in New York. What we do know is that just a couple of weeks before the raids took place, Diddy was in the news because he was the subject of multiple new lawsuits that were filed against him. These were filed by several different women accusing Diddy of some insanely disturbing and concerning things, acts of intimate assault and trafficking. This isn't the first time in recent years that Diddy has faced these types of allegations. In November of 2023, popular singer Cassandra Ventura, Diddy's ex-girlfriend, filed a lawsuit against him claiming that in the past, he both physically and intimately abused her using brute force. This allegedly included having sex with prostitutes while on camera and carrying a weapon at all times, despite the fact that she wasn't comfortable with it. This is really only the tip of the iceberg when it comes to the types of things that she was accusing him of. She also claimed that he tried to assault the famous record producer Suge Knight, among other things. These things allegedly happened many years ago, but there was a reason that Cassandra chose this particular time to speak up about them. At the time that she filed the lawsuit in federal court in New York, she cited New York's Adult Survivors Act, which allows survivors of assault a one-year window to file lawsuits regardless of the statute of limitations. Back in November of 2023, Cassandra released a statement about why she decided to come forward and tell the world what Diddy allegedly did to her.
After years in silence and darkness, I am finally ready to tell my story and to speak up on behalf of myself and for the benefit of other women who face violence and abuse in their relationships. With the expiration of New York's Adult Survivors Act fast approaching, it became clear that this was an opportunity to speak up about the trauma I have experienced and that I will be recovering from for the rest of my life.
So obviously these are some pretty heavy, incredibly serious accusations. But surprisingly, according to reports, the lawsuit was settled amicably, with details remaining confidential. We don't know how much the settlement was for, but we can only imagine it was for an impressively large lump of cash. Part of the settlement agreement likely involved Cassandra agreeing to never speak about what supposedly happened to her while she was dating Diddy ever again. If she did, she would be violating the terms of the settlement and would probably face face some major legal repercussions. Apart from Cassandra's case, other accusers have also come forward against Diddy. Joy Dickerson. Neal alleged that Diddy derigged and assaulted her in 1991, sharing a video of the assault as revenge porn. Another unidentified woman accused Diddy and singer-songwriter Aaron Hall of rape. 30 years ago, a spokesperson for Diddy dismissed these claims, saying that they were completely fabricated and motivated by financial gain. But the allegations didn't stop there. In fact, they were just beginning. Music producer Rodney Jones, otherwise known as Little Road, has also spoken out against Diddy. Jones accused Diddy of various illegal activities, including drug use, assault, and threats. He claimed that Combs coerced him into participating in criminal activities and threatened him with physical harm, even mentioning harming his mom. This lawsuit also alleged the involvement of others, including Diddy's son and associates, in illegal behavior, as we have seen happen with other disgraced, powerful public figures in the past, like Harvey Weinstein, for example. When more than one person comes out and goes public with accusations against someone who is super successful and well-connected like Diddy, others are often soon to follow. The new lawsuits raise questions about the extent of his involvement in criminal activities and his accountability for any wrongdoing. It is important to note that as of late March 2024, Diddy has not been arrested and has not yet been convicted of anything. So, while everyone is innocent until proven guilty in the United States, it is pretty safe to assume that major criminal charges are most likely coming soon for the disgraced music legend. When that happens, he could be looking at legal problems so big that not even he, with all of his fortune, will be able to buy his way out of it. In the meantime, those who have worked with Diddy in the past in many different areas and forms, including as a backup dancer, are sharing their stories. It's clear that this is all a piece of a much bigger puzzle. It's something that has been going on for years, and there are likely way more famous people connected than we even realize.
Disturbing stories are surfacing about Sean Diddy Combs in the aftermath of those massive raids at his coast-to-coast mansions. Former TV host Tanika Ray, who was once a Diddy backup dancer, hinted she knows a lot.
You know, we all have stories. Seriously, we all have stories. Mine is horrific, and only 5 people know it.
Music writer Torai, who once worked with Diddy, claimed that the rap legend was known for treating employees poorly, to say the least. In fact, he used his power and connection to get people to do what he wanted, whatever he wanted, using whatever means necessary. Sometimes this included making inappropriate, perverted advances. But these advances weren't just directed at women. They were supposedly directed at men as well, including a former male intern. According to Torai, the intern was allegedly propositioned by Diddy, who gave them an ultimatum. They could either spend the night with him or risk losing their internship. The intern refused, and the internship apparently ended as a result. There seems to be no end to the kind of horrific things that Diddy has supposedly done throughout the past couple of decades, and managed to get away with because of his wealth and power within the music industry.
The raids also triggered intense emotion from this woman. Natanya Rubin tells News Nation that it was Diddy who shot her in the face during an infamous nightclub shooting back in 1999.
I was shot in my face.
Diddy was with then-girlfriend Jennifer Lopez when he got into an argument with another man.
I looked straight forward ahead, and I watched the muzzle flash from both of their guns, and I felt the impact to my face instantly.
Natanya says there is no doubt in her mind whatsoever about who shot her on that night, which many people who are part of the younger generation might not know much about. If you're not very familiar with this incident, you'll likely be shocked to learn just how involved J-Lo was at the time.
Diddy and J-Lo were both arrested in connection with the shooting, but no charges were ever filed. The investigation into crimes and trafficking allegations against the rapper is being compared to the probe that brought down singer R. Kelly.
Many will remember that bringing down someone like R. Kelly was no easy feat. There were a lot of people who defended him when accusations first began being raised against him. Those defending Sean Combs are outnumbered by the sheer number of people who are truly horrified by the accusations. But that doesn't mean that there still won't be plenty of die-hard fans who refuse to believe it. Meanwhile, all eyes are on stars like Drake and Jay-Z, who have worked closely with Diddy in the past. Rumors are spreading about what they knew, if anything, about what has been going on and whether or not they were connected. Some people in the industry, like 50 Cent for example, are reportedly warning Drake and Jay-Z to cut all ties with Diddy when they still can, because they never know if and when it could be their names that are being raked through the coals, simply for their connection to him. People are also taking a closer look at a recently resurfaced video that shows Diddy interacting with a very young Justin Bieber. It is believed that Justin was only around 16 years old at the time and just starting out with his career. In the clip, he seems visibly uncomfortable around the rap legend, who calls him out for not taking the time to reach out as much since he started getting more and more well-known.
What's up, man? You good?
I'm good. How are you?
All right, young brother, everything's good?
Everything's
Selling
great.
out arenas and everything? Starting to act different, huh? You ain't been calling me and hanging out the way we used to hang out.
Well, I mean, you try to get in contact with me, through all my, partners and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
But you never really got my number, so.
Right. Okay.
Remember?
Yeah.
Many fans rushed to the comment section to discuss the video and analyze Justin's reaction. Some found it strange that a grown adult man would be so interested in hanging out with a 16-year-old kid. Others thought that Diddy seemed to be trying to warn Justin or give him a not-so-subtle reminder of who truly had the experience and connections to make it far in the industry that Justin was just newly a part of at the time. Do we think he would have groomed Justin? Justin has yet to speak up on the resurfaced video or discuss what he was thinking or feeling at the time of this interaction. Was he truly as uncomfortable as he seemed, or was this just a playful interaction and nothing more? These are just a few of the many, many questions fans have. As for how Diddy is doing recently, he couldn't seem more unbothered by the allegations, if he tried. While he was spotted out and about with his daughters, this past week he flashed a peace sign at the crowd of paparazzi surrounding him. What do you think is next in this complicated and dramatic case? Let us know in the comments below.